Thanks for joining me back on the coffee van build project. Today's episode is all about the worktops. Now these are the oak worktops. They came and got delivered.
Oh hello, there's somebody at the door. You can get these straight off of Amazon.
Don't worry, put you on YouTube, is that right?
I'll pop the link in the description.
Cheers buddies, thanks very much mate. House of Worktops, what a cracking service that is.
Those House of Worktops did a fantastic job. Reasonably priced, delivered straight to the door, really good quality, so well pleased. Let's get cracking, cutting them, fitting them. Everything's going to be done to shape. The van is obviously got little crevices and the edges are not quite straight, so we've got to jig them in and make them fit. Let's crack on. So what we got is some ply there just to go in and make a jig up for the shape of the corner. So just cutting it out, making it nice. Once it's the right shape, can you transpose it onto the worktop and it'll all fit like a dream there, look.
Well, we'll bring our jig down out of the van onto the worktop and we can mark it out, draw it out. Now Dad's feeling a bit sentimental today, so
Can you show your you've got to show your feelings.
Yeah.
I'm just a soft silly old man.
Get the side, you silly old man.
Thanks.
look at his face. Not impressed.
Let's go a jigsaw.
He's not listening, is it?
Silly old man, isn't it?
That's hereditary as well, isn't it? In one ear, out the other. So I seem to do that a lot. Right then, plan of action then, what is it? Is it jiggy do or outer router? How you jiggling?
It's a bit of both.
We want for a bit of both.
So using the jigsaw we can now follow the jig that we've put on there. Get a nice outline, get a rough shape there going on. Gently does it. Just follow that cutout that we've made. This is good thick oak, so it is quite tough to cut through. Got a nice sharp blade in there, but it takes a little bit of chopping. So this cut here is where the hinge is going to come down from the back door, and it does go into the recess into the top. We've got a little piece there to take out. That's one of the stanchions on the side of the van, and again the same there, another stanchion that's at the side of the van there, and that is cutting around where the pillar is at the far side beyond the driver's seat.
Oh, we're going to try it. Is it going to fit? That's the question.
Yeah,
That's the burning question.
What it's got to do is it's got to go in that way.
If it goes in first time,
Listen.
it'll be amazing. Oh, you're listening. That's what, go on, listening.
Yeah. Got to go in like that and then down.
Just like that.
Just like that.
Just like that. Tommy Cooper. Wash your hand on the door, this side. Sharp, flash yourself.
These are heavy and they're pretty long. They're 3 metre tops when they're in full length. We obviously nipped a little bit off this one. Actually, we haven't took anything off the end of this one. This one is still full length. Other than just that tiny bit on the end. Oh, time for a cut. There, you're coughing out. I'm holding the worktop.
You don't want those coffee stains on it.
It's heavy, Dad. That's made the van go a bit lower.
Yeah.
So like we said, we've got to lift it up and go in, nose in first. Now, it's really close. We're not far away. But just as you offer it up, it's because it's got to go in to the right and then slide into the left slightly because the back of the van is angled downwards. We've just got to take a tiny little bit more off of one of the stanchions. So we'll just drop it, get the jigsaw in there, just make that slightly wider so we've got a little bit of left to right movement. And then with a bit of luck, it's tight. It's really tight.
Where are you there?
Whoa. I'm worried about the side of the van where we've all the new paintwork. Don't want it to flex and crack. It is tight. Oh, careful, careful.
Go on, go on.
Hey, Dad, go on, give it a whack.
You knackered it.
Got a little bit of a chip there where it's just come down, but that's going to be hidden, so we're not too fussed. But that is in. Unfortunately, though, we have got to take it out again because we need to cut the hole for the sink. So all that struggling, get it out, just so we can do the extra bits and pieces on it.
No.
At least you know it fits.
That's right, Dad. So we can mark out where the sink's going to go. Drill a nice... Yeah, push it a bit harder, you'll be alright. Or give it a wiggle. There it is. That took some drilling, didn't it?
Right, yeah.
It's still sharp. You see, what I do is take your worn out blades and I'll keep them and use them.
What you doing?
Oh, that's like a razor. That's not worn
He does
out
love
yet.
a sharp blade, my old man.
He's not.
He chucks them away, they're like new.
He will be for this.
I'll get about another 6 months out of one of his blades.
And you're going to these.
I'll get at least another
I have to
500
put up with him all day.
I'll get at least another 500 cuts out.
So we can cut this from above. I know it's the jigsaw and it's ripping upwards, but because we've got a good lip on the edge of the sink, it's all hidden, so it's not a sort of seam. But that's a clean cut anyway. That blade was really sharp, and there we go. The sink's dropped in nicely.
Close, isn't it?
Now we can put it back in, hopefully for the final time.
Right then.
Slightly lighter now because it's got that hole in it.
Oh, kick, go, kick. Alright. Okay.
Lift it.
Yeah. Just lift your end up a bit, Dad. I'm just going to chip this bit off again. Okay. Alright.
Yeah.
Now you can go down. Oh, wait. I've got my hands in a minute. Yeah.
Hold on, Nick. Come on, you're doing it. You're doing it.
So. Beautiful, that is done. So the only thing that is going to be wrong is that we're going to have to sand that edge down there.
I've got to sanded it down.
No, angle.
Oh, see. You
I
got to
think we're
try it.
gonna- I think we're going to have an angle on it.
Oh, it didn't work. How do we do that?
I don't think you can sure. Oh! Oh! It's there, isn't it? That looks good as well.
Hey?
That's beautiful. What's close? Millimetre.
Yeah.
Millimetre. Oh, you reckon? Look at that. Tops in on that side. Oh, that looks beautiful, Dad.
What's your shin on that tow bar? Ow.
Brill. Right then.
Get the other one out.
So this second one, we've got to cut 2 shelves that we're going to be using off the end of it because it is a thinner one. The cupboards aren't as deep on that right hand side. So we use this skill saw to take off 2 really nice clean cuts all the way down. And these these little bits are going to come in really handy for our top shelves where we're going to hang the lights from. So everything's used. We've got no wastage on this at all. This is the second one. We're going to whiz straight down it again. Clean that. Really nice cut. Good saw, that one. And now we're doing the same thing again. We're just doing our little jig at the end. Trimming it up, getting it dead right. Bit of routering, bit of jigging. Just giving us a really nice clean edge there. The router does make a lovely clean edge. Messy, that messy stuff everywhere. And block the old Makita Hoover up. That's got it. We can whip our jig off the end of that. Put the little recess out for the hinge again, and a little bit of shape for the edge of the van.
A bit heavier than your others.
And then this one is slightly lighter than the other side because it's a lot smaller. Again, it's a full length though, we're going all the way down with it. We've got a bit more chopping to do on the back side on this one because we've got the hole for the door. We want it to sort of fit around that. Get the wires out of the way.
We can't get in the door. Can't get in the door anymore. The door is not there anymore.
But it is useful for coming in the back of the cupboard. We'll give this a sand. Use that beautiful Milwaukee sander, and we'll give the whole top just a quick once over, and just make those edges, just take the sharp edge off it all the way down, and then go for a second fit.
Oh, look at that. That's a delight, lad. That's a delight. What do you reckon to that? Sanded, fitted. Have a closer look. Yeah, beautiful. Look at that, all the way down. Got a nice little overhang on the end there. All scribed in. And then the other side, nicely in. Tap, sinkhole cut out. Nicely chopped in. Ready for some Phillips to go in there. Got a nice lip along there. Drawer in there. All finished off around the back. Cutouts for the hinges. Wonderful. Right, so we've got the tap. This is our new tap. We've got an adapter to go through the sink, couple of washers, and we've got a couple of pipes. So first of all, we start by screwing the pipes into the bottom of the tap there. I'll have the other one through there as well. Then we can screw that one up to it. We'll get them up as tight as we can. That's one. Two. We've got a metal washer, the body, screw all that up as well. Wet that up nice and tight. Now that's ready to go through the worktop. So we'll drop them through one at a time. And put his cap over the pipes. Oh, there we go. So we're through there. We can whiz that up underneath the top there. I'll just nip it up for now. Then we've got a silicone sealant that we're going to put all the way around the edge of this sink. Now it's only going to be a thin bead, otherwise it's going to come out everywhere. Got my little bat, I'm blocking up the overflow because we won't be using that. And then I'm just going to come around this edge a bit more, where it's going to sit inside the hole. This shouldn't run down. Should just go inside. Okay. Now for the moment of truth, we'll drop this in. I've got the waste bit at the back that's not attached. I'll take the plug out, might be able to hold it better through the inside there like that, and then drop that in. Touch down. Give it a shimmy dimmy, bit of a squiggle. Oh, it's gone in lovely. Right, and now I'll drop some weight on this to make sure it's all held in place. What I've got here, I've got a couple of dumbbells that we can drop in
not drop, but just place in there. Nice and gently. 1. 2. Ooh, yeah, they're really going to pull that down nicely now. We'll let that go off overnight and that'll be ready for action tomorrow. Got a little bit just coming out the front there, but I'll leave that. I'm not going to smudge it. I'll let it go off and then you can just cut that away once it's dry. Right, so the flow jet, we've got the pipe that comes up here. It's got a little O-ring on it and the wire sensor. That needs to plug in. Need to make sure the clip's back like that. That goes up into there. Push the clip forward at the back to lock it in. Then the plugs in underneath. See where the hole is. Like that. Right, so that's the power and the little sensor there is all in. Then we just need to route the pipe in a neat way, which is going to come down there, like that, along there, round and in. It's time to do his little water tank experiment. Now, remember when I said about when we put this in his original coffee van, the exit pipe comes out the bottom of the tank and goes in at the top of the second tank. So it's a gravity fed and it's dropping in. The hole's already in the bottom of the tank, so I'm thinking let's just try it and see how well it fills through from the bottom of the top tank to the bottom of the bottom tank. So it's going to be literally pushing the water up just from the weight of the one in the top tank. In theory, it should work, but it might be incredibly slow. Who knows until we give it a go. The original one with the feeding from the top takes about 5 minutes for a full tank of water to drop into the lower tank. Shall we see how long this one takes? Okay, first of all, the pipe goes in up top. So the tank's filling nicely through the top. You can see the level coming up there. Just checking for leaks on the pipe work, and then we can do is test to see the speed of the transfer. Okay, so this tank's nearly full. Got no drips on this pipe. Everything's looking good. We'll switch it now. Bang. Let's see how quick it fills. Everything's nice and dry. You can see how quick the levels drop in this top tank. It's had 2 minutes so far. Well, that's 5 minutes and we're just over halfway, so we're not doing too bad. Obviously the level's really low at the bottom of this one now, so we've only got a fraction more to go. There we go, 7 minutes to do a 3/4 fill. I'm really happy with that. That's absolutely perfect. Now we can just get this feed pipe up to the flow jet. I'm just going to bring that round there and just clip it in with a cable tie, make it look nice and neat to that point. We can shut that valve off now. We'll get this cable tied in so it looks nice and neat, the feed pipe for the flow jet. Around there, into there. Lovely. And I'll have one around the bottom of this, because this is, we've got this fix in there, but we want that in and we want that sealed up nice and tight so it don't move about and you don't get no dirt in there. Way about there. Now we've got to get the flow jet pipe coming up. So what we've got is at the back, we've got the flow jet unit here, and then we've got the quarter pipe, which is this pipe in here. This needs to feed the tap and the coffee machine, so it needs to come down. I'm going to have a T-piece. One will go back off to the tap. The other one will come round ready for the coffee machine. It's going to go into the water filter, which is going to sit in the cupboard here, and then off to the machine. So T-piece to go in, and then we'll feed it round. So I've got my little cutter, and we just literally, I don't think you can see the cut through because it's in the cupboard, but I'm just
hang that off there like that. I've got a push fit connected T-piece that's going to slip in there. Just make sure that goes on all the way like that. I've got a pipe that's going to go off to the sink, and we've got the one that's coming this way here. So I'll stick that on in there, and I think I can get round here without using the right angle. I don't think we're going to need to do that. We have got quite a bit of flex there to do to bring it where we need it to go. This is going to need a good, I'll leave us a bit here to play with, so if I chop that off, I'll give myself enough to get that out the door in case I need to drain down for whatever reason. And just ravel that up. So that one is ready for the end to go on to the water filter. The one going off to the tap down there will feed the pipe straight down the back of the cupboards to where the tap fixing is going to be. What do you think to this while we're at it? This is the little Phillips section that my dad's just made up for us in his little workshop. So we've got a drawer, we've got an end to go on the end of the thing, we've just got to obviously finish it off. But yeah, that's rather nice, isn't it? Let's pull the fridges out so we can get at that pipe work at the back. And you can see the pipe poking in down here now. So we'll run that the same as what we did with the electrical cable. We'll run that along the back, and the same old trick, pull the nail out the clips, and we'll get a screw in.
Saves us whacking the nails into the hardboard and busting it. Just screw it in nice and gentle. We'll keep doing that all the way along so it looks nice and neat, and this water pipe is nice and secure on the back of the van there.
So once again, I've been back on Amazon, went down the local plumbers merchants to get some of these adapters, and they don't do them. Bizarre. But anyway, waited a day, come prime, we've got isolator valves, T-pieces. What I'm interested in is though that, a splitter, an isolator, and a bag full of these adapters, which are going to screw onto the, well, they're going to go through an isolator valve to the tap, and we can then join that together. So yeah, that's ideal, just perfect for what we're after. So here we are in the cupboard, and what we've got is these isolator valves. If we just, these are standard valves, we unscrew the union with the olive there, we get that out of the way. We can then screw these into the base of the tap. They've got a rubber washer in there, so we don't need to worry about the seal. We'll screw those up, we'll get them up nice and tight. We want them pointing the right way, which is going to be like that. Got the isolator valve to turn on and off. And to attach to our water pipe, what we do is take that off. And again, using our little adapter here, which has just got the pipe fitting on it, we screw that, it's got a silicone seal in there as well, we screw that straight into the bottom of that. We're going to be using one of the double splitters. There's going to be no hot water, but it'd be nice to have a feed of water through both sides of the tap. So we'll just do the same thing, we'll put another isolator onto the other one. And there we have it, pipe going up, 2 isolator valves up to the tap, up the back there. Beautiful. I hope you enjoyed that video. The van is looking absolutely amazing. Really, really pleased with how it's progressing. We're getting there. Join me in the next episode. We'll finish off the sink. We'll get the lining done inside. Please like and subscribe. Thanks for watching.